And now, HBO Sports presents Pacquiao Hatton 24/7.
The following is a presentation of HBO Sports. Last week on Pacquiao Hatton 24/7.
Manny Pacquiao is annihilating Oscar De La Hoya.
After the Oscar win, it was huge. It was way different.
The pound-for-pound champion returned home a national icon and then resumed training for his next challenge, an English brawler bolstered by an unlikely partner.
Ricky was just a bulldozer, overly aggressive to me, because everything was straightforward, brute strength.
He said, I want to keep your ferociousness, your body punching, your aggressiveness, but I want to improve your defense, I want to improve your hand speed.
In the wild card gym, there was room to be made for a new face in camp. Former heavyweight champion Michael Moore.
Before, it used to be just me and Manny, and, bringing Michael in, it was a little bit...
Left hand after.
I wasn't sure at first.
Manny's not used to hearing my voice. Try to be careful coming with the right hook, because your head's coming with it.
And in Las Vegas, there were elements of the unpredictable.
Floyd, you just can't stop messing about, can you? I don't think he got my sense of humour. I'd be playing jokes, practical jokes, and he was looking at me like I was an absolute dickhead.
He got thongs on straight up his ass, man.
Dawn breaks in Hollywood, California, and in a condominium on the west side of town, the day begins for a collection of colleagues who share an elaborate set of duties in close quarters. They make their living working for Manny Pacquiao, and when the boss rises for an early morning run, his team's job is to be ready for him. 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 10 men. An arrangement that requires some improvisation. Dining rooms and closets become shared sleeping quarters, and a group effort gives the place the feel of home. The only resident not to unpack is also the only one with his own room. The pound-for-pound champ. A few miles away, Freddie Roach is also settling into a new home, an unfamiliar but perhaps healthy distance from his previous residence, just a few steps from the wildcard gym.
Well, I live so close, and then people can find me all the time, and they come knocking on my door for autographs, and they want me to have a little bit of a life outside of the gym, and everyone says that I need separation. But personally, I'm not so. This might be rented soon.
The relocation does have one undeniable drawback: the exposure to LA traffic. On average, Angelenos spend 72 hours sitting on freeways like this every year. Movie stars alongside anonymous hopefuls, and now a success story of a different sort, joining them on the road each morning.
We're in Hollywood, and everybody has a dream. Everyone wants to be a movie star and something like this, and I don't want to do that. I'll never do that. But I think that's why my gym is so successful, is because people can escape that Hollywood thing, that and they can just come to a real place and just get a good workout in, and no one's really going to bother them that much.
He's turned the wild card into not only a successful boxing business, but a popular hangout for big Hollywood names. Peering through the ropes today, actors Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg, transfixed by the rawest elements of the sport.
The sweat, the intensity, the fact that, anybody can come in here and everybody's the same, everybody gets treated the same, especially, except for when the champ is there, then it's private, but, what's not to love,
As Camp Pacquiao enters its 3rd week, training is intensifying. Today, more sparring. As 3 more hired combatants endure the punishing task of a turn opposite the champ in the ring.
In for hook after. Hands up. Body shot.
A merciless barrage to the body ends one session prematurely, even as the trained eye sees room for improvement.
Good shot. The sparring so far he's been looking pretty good in the spots, but just not consistent. He's been playing a little bit, talking to his sparring partners, not really focusing for long periods of time. So, I mean, when I ask my friends to leave, they get mad at me. When I ask a couple of my workers to leave that don't work for Manny Pacquiao, they get mad at me. You know, it's just, I told them, if my mother was here, I'd throw her out too.
Las Vegas. It's long been a place that embraces the pretend.
I'm feeling rough, I'm feeling wrong in the time of my life. Let's make some music, make some money, find some models for wives. We're fated to pretend.
But among the city's 600,000 residents, Floyd Mayweather Sr. is a character who would be hard to make up.
Hello. Yeah, man, we in bad traffic, man. I'll probably be there about 15 minutes.
Every day, the trainer makes the 20-mile drive from his house in the suburbs to the gym to train Ricky Hatton. Occasionally, though, punctuality is sacrificed in the name of lunch.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, yourself?
Good, how can I help you?
I want the number 8. I want the hard shell.
Okay, what's the drink?
Can you put the tomatoes on that?
We can.
What else? You put cheese on it? What else you got on that?
It just, in your case, it comes with just meat, lettuce, cheese, and tomatoes.
Okay.
What's the drink?
What do you want to drink? Mountain Dew.
Okay.
As the trainer fuels up for the workout, his fighter appears unmoved by a weight that's become familiar.
He up under the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather Sr. So now, believe me when I tell you, his ass is in trouble.
Even if they can be slow starting, the unlikely pair's workouts aren't lacking in intensity. Their work is observed by a handful of regular faces. Lee Beard, Hatton's assistant trainer. Matthew Hatton, the boxer's brother, and a fighter himself, who will be on the May 2nd undercard. Paul Speak, Hatton's agent. And Coogan Cassius, his personal security guard. Each member of the group has a role in preparing Hatton for his date with Manny Pacquiao. Though there's also time for training respites amid the amusements of their backyard playground.
Who are you boxing next?
Boxing a guy called Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines.
Really?
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. Okay, figure. 21, awesome.
21.
In Los Angeles, the evening is spent in a much quieter fashion, as Manny Pacquiao joins his wife Jinky for a tour of a new house they've purchased in Hollywood. They intend to make the 5-bedroom mansion a second residence, but nothing more than that. For the fighter, home remains unquestionably back in the Philippines.
I'm here in the States, in LA. I'm happy because there's a lot of Filipino here supporting me and rooting for me. And of course, I want to go home and to spend time with my family and spend time with my country.
When he began his pro career in the Philippines 14 years ago, he was a 106-pound boxer. He'd never fought above lightweight until the Oscar de la Hoya bout in December, which was held at 147. The Hatton fight is at 140, and Pacquiao and Freddie Roach say the changes haven't fazed them, and that mastering the balance of speed and power has completed his evolution as a fighter.
He was a one-handed fighter when I got him, but believe me, he was a talented guy when I got him. And he was a one-time world champion, but he's more of a complete fighter now than I ever expected him to be. He thinks, he has power in both hands. He's not just an explosive guy. He knows how to box. He knows how to set things up. He's a complete fighter now.
Over at the front desk of the Wild Card, Michael Moorer is growing into his new role.
When you're sitting behind that counter, people come and lean on it, and they're like all in your face. Breath may stink. They just spit, you know. Don't lean on the counter. You lean on the counter, you gotta come up, cough up $1. Oh, man. Sorry. That's $1. Sorry. That's $1. Here you go, man. Oh, man. Thank you so much.
The former heavyweight champion has roles that go far beyond enforcement of house rules. Day-to-day responsibilities merge with an apprenticeship to one of boxing's best teachers.
Yeah, we go with the push. Or hitting the hook left hand coming in.
I'm gonna come.
If you go with the 1-2 hook, step back. Step. Boom.
I'm gonna stop you right here.
Because I want him to set that up.
But if I'm here,
he's coming out.
Here, pow, pow, boom. Now step, boom, boom. I come right here. Or I can come with a hook too because I'm coming on the inside.
Right. So
pow, 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 boom, right there.
For Moorer, it's a chance to learn and to ease the burden on his former trainer as he battles Parkinson's disease.
I worry about him. I'm here at the gym from 6:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. If I see he's not feeling well or if he's tired, Freddie, go home. You know, he'll fight me with that. No, it's all right. No, Freddie, go home. I got this.
I like to say that I don't need help and I can do it myself and so forth, but I think this is going to be a better situation for me, Manny, and Michael, I think all of us, because we're all helping each other out. And the thing is, I think it'll help me do my job better.
The medication he's taking, and it slows him down a lot, you know, and I will let him know. I'll be the first to let him know. I got this. I'll run out, shut it down, and I do it all the time.
You got his back?
His back is gotten all the time.
Rising out of the desert northwest of downtown, at nearly 12,000 feet, Mount Charleston is the highest point in the Vegas vicinity, and where Floyd Mayweather takes Ricky Hatton for punishing training runs twice a week.
I think I come into training camp in a lot better shape than what I normally do. And I think a lot of it's down to what Floyd has told me and that I'm a little bit more settled in my personal life.
That personal life is currently more than 5,000 miles away, back in Manchester, England. 3 weeks have already passed since he left his hometown.
What's all that about?
I'm 30 years of age now and, you know, I live with my fiancée and, you know, things are going well and I've got my little boy. Who's your favourite band?
Oasis.
Yeah. Without realising it, with all them aspects, I've got a little bit older and a little bit wiser, so I'm not quite as crazy as I have been in years gone by.
Hatton proposed to his longtime girlfriend Jennifer in February during a family vacation with his parents. Like a lot of mothers, Carol Hatton has a theory of what attracts her son.
But I tell you what, he's gone like his father because, as you can notice, Ray likes big women. And Jennifer's quite, well, I don't mean she's big as me. Tall. So he's taken after his father in that respect. There you go. Do you know what I'm saying? You think small men would go for small women? I mean, he's only little and they don't come any bigger than me. Do you understand what I'm saying?
When Hatton's at home in Manchester, he and his 5'10" bride-to-be look to spend as much time as they can with Campbell, the boxer's son from a previous relationship.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. And I think as an 8-year-old son, if somebody asked me to write down on a piece of paper how I would like my son to be, I think it would be everything that he is.
Have you seen his bum? Get your bum on the TV.
We have fun when I try to get away from him when he's trying to tickle me, and I really don't like it. It hurts when he tickles me because it really digs in.
Oh, Campbell is the world to Rick. I mean, to look at them, they're like two clones. Campbell's a clone of his dad. But Rick is such a good dad that, you know, from a woman's point of view, I look forward to when we have children together.
As Hatton trains in Vegas, Jennifer is understanding of the reasons for the extended separation.
It's really tough when Rick goes away, but, you know, to me, yeah, I might not see him for 4 weeks, but to have him in such great condition when he's in the ring, because he's had that time there to really focus and knuckle down, you know, I can't really ask for anything more than that. And it is hard, but 4 weeks isn't a long time when you've got a lifetime together. How cheesy is that?
Rick, you gonna get your award?
Clean sweep.
All right, clean sweep. You hear that?
Title pound for pound and that big ass trophy for you.
This right here, this the real racehorse right here. He got a mule. Freddie the joke, Coach Roach got a mule. This right here, this an Italian stallion. Understand? And running fast and hard. They ain't gonna be able to stand up under that.
The fight is 14 days away. As night falls in Los Angeles, the pound-for-pound champion attends to personal matters. Jinky Pacquiao is returning to the Philippines, and her attentive husband is escorting her to the gate at the international terminal at LAX.
It's an overrated fighter. Just rugged.
Meanwhile, the evening for Freddie, Roach, and Michael Moorer is spent on the den couch at Roach's house, watching tape of Ricky Hatton in the ring.
He might be using his jab a little bit more, but...
And we know what the jab is going to do. The jab is going to try to blind him where he can jump in with the hook after.
As the fighter makes sure at least the beginning of his wife's long journey goes smoothly, the trainer and his assistant are intent on learning something new about the opponent.
He goes back to his old ways.
Yeah, always.
All the things that he learned in the gym, it's not evident here.
No.
Sunrise in LA is officially 6:30, and at the Wildcard Gym, the light wakes Shane Lanford. If the gym sometimes seems like Manny Pacquiao's home away from home, in Lanford's case, it actually is home. He works here for a meager salary, and Roach lets him sleep on the floor at night. It may not sound like much, unless you consider the alternative.
I believe Freddie saved my life, and here's why. Because on the streets I was in a hell of a lot of fights and stuff, you know what I mean? Because, you know, this is a weird area, and I'm a violent guy. See, watch, I'll show you. See this scar here? That was from fighting with knives, but only I didn't have knives, only everybody else did. So I got stabbed in the back a bunch of times. You know, letting you stay somewhere, giving you a job, stuff like that I didn't have before. You know, really helps you out because you don't have to go and look for trouble because you got money.
Freddie Roach is no stranger to the difficulties of the ascent up life's ladder. The gym, the house, and the luxury car came only after years spent wondering when a break might finally come. He was a retired fighter living in Vegas, hoping to become a trainer, but lacking experience and clientele, ultimately forced to take a second job to stay afloat.
I didn't have a lot going on, and I was working as a telemarketer in the morning, though, to make money. My name was Joe Davis, and, you know, I used to call up, just Joe Davis, North American Enterprises. You know, I sold advertising items. I sold pens, key tags, coffee mugs, and with, you know, Joe's X on it and stuff like that.
The telemarketer's big chance actually came in the form of a phone call. The man on the line said he wanted to quit his job to become a pro fighter. It was actor Mickey Rourke.
Mickey offered me a job training him in Hollywood. So I came out to, that was my first trip here. I came out to Hollywood. I was there for 7 days. He showed up in the gym one day at 7.
Freddie came into the gym one day and he goes, listen, I don't train people to lose fights. You're not running, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I'm going back to Las Vegas.
He said, you know, you tell me you like boxing. I said, you respect the sport. You show up one day at 7, you waste my time. I ripped him so bad he actually cried.
I was making all kinds of excuses because my head was crazy because of my old lady. Freddie, in tears, Freddie packed his bags and went back to Las Vegas.
And he called me every day for 30 days. And then finally I said to him, okay, if I come back, the next day you have off is the one I give you. And you know what? I taught Mickey Rourke how to train for, he had discipline in his life for the first time, I think, ever.
Until Freddie humiliated me and embarrassed me and reduced me to the fact that I was not giving 100%, I was not being a professional, and I was setting myself up to not be as good as I could be.
Roach trained Rourke for 7 fights. When he had had enough and retired, Rourke sold the gym he owned and gave his old trainer the leftover equipment, much of which can still be found in the wild card. These days, Shane Lanford sits on the ring apron during sparring sessions, observing the action and taking notes on small post-its. Someday, he says, he'll be training fighters himself and telling them the story of how the great Freddie Roach rescued him from the streets. In Las Vegas, Floyd Mayweather and Ricky Hatton appear to be briskly in step at the IBA gym.
They all got to see this. What about this, huh? 56 years old. Get up in the morning, eat cake, drink Kool-Aid, candy bars, cookies. That's what I get.
If age isn't a burden, neither is modesty.
Watch me! Watch me! I got it. I got soul super bad. Come on.
But beneath the bravado, there is a candor of what long ago went unfulfilled.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan, Floyd Mayweather.
I didn't do that good when I was a professional fighter. You know, I just had a bad career.
Chopping right hand by Floyd Mayweather.
I had speed galore, you know, and not only speed, I had the mind, the brain, you know, to execute whatever it is that I wanted to do. You know, I had to be fast then, man. I'm fast now. I was one hell of a fighter that never got to break.
Floyd Mayweather, a very, very big win.
Because I got shot early in my career. I got shot with a 20-gauge shotgun. And I was holding my son when I got shot. I was holding little Floyd. Little Floyd was 1 year old at the time.
Little Floyd eventually developed into perhaps the greatest boxer of his generation. But along the way, his relationship with his father crumbled. They have spoken little in 9 years.
I really do hope that one day me and my son get back together. Little Floyd is my blood. He's my blood. My blood run through him. You know, the thing is he said that he would die for his mother. He would die for his mother, but I guess he would put up a fight for his daddy. But you know what? That ain't true with me. That's my son, you know what? I go down if he go down. We need to come together and be a family and love each other. That's all. That's it. I could have never imagined how my life was going to be, especially a guy that dropped out of school. You know, so, you know, and I'm just here to tell you that I'm very blessed. The Lord has blessed me, and I'm gonna bless my peoples.
If fighting is a pursuit rooted in pain, you'll find the best teachers have often absorbed the most punishment themselves and remain standing. Inevitably, boxers are left alone in the ring, but not before those closest to them shape the journey that takes them there.
Clean shot.
Part 3 of the 4-part series Pacquiao Hatton 24/7 premieres next Saturday, April 25th, with a replay immediately following live boxing that night. And May 2nd, don't miss the fight, Manny Pacquiao and Ricky Hatton, live on HBO pay-per-view.